All right, guys, let's look at this long answer problem that you guys had for homework last night. Um, just reading it, explain in detail what is meant by the following sentence. Matter is cycled and energy is lost in the biosphere. So a lot here that we could unpack. In terms of, things that I want to highlight in this question, this explain in detail, right? That's kind of a gift here, right? It means, show me what you know, right? Throw out as many facts, things that you can connect as possible, right? We're going to need to talk a little bit about matter and energy here, right? Those are definitely things that we're going to need to define and consider. And the big thing here, right, is that matter is cycled and energy is lost in the biosphere. So we'll probably all highlight biosphere too, right? We may need to define that. So buzzwords, things that come to mind that relate to this, right? Of course, carbon cycle, carbon, water, nitrogen, phosphorus, right? All of the matter cycles that we studied are going to be in there, right? You could talk about any of them. And that's that first part here, that matter is cycled. The second part, right, energy is lost. Where did we talk about energy? We talked about energy in trophic levels. Trophic levels, food webs and chains, right? Generally, predator-prey interactions. So lots of things you could talk about there, right? As we unpack this, key things that you're going to want to highlight is that as energy, let's see, I'll get this out of bold so that there we go. Energy, as it is passed through the system, the biosphere, is lost because only 10% passes from trophic level to trophic level, right, as we work our way up the pyramid. Maybe here you draw a diagram of a ecological pyramid, right, with, or a biomass pyramid, right, an energy pyramid, showing the loss of energy, right. You'd also want to note here that the energy is dissipated, right, as heat. Right, so it's it's lost as heat. You might just want to add in there, right? I've thrown out biosphere, but I haven't indicated necessarily what that means. So I want to define that, right? The biosphere is our Earth, right? Including the atmosphere, right? It extends to above the surface of the Earth and below the crust of the Earth, right? Encompassing both biotic and abiotic factors, right? Living and non-living. Right, so that covers the energy being lost bit. Then you're going to want to talk about the fact that matter, right, which, you may need to define matter, right? Matter is, any physical thing, molecule, substance, right, cannot be created or lost, right? Therefore, it is only transformed in the biosphere. Right? When you burn a log of wood, you're actually not destroying that log of wood, you're just turning it into two different things, two new things, carbon and water, right? So you might want to throw in an example of matter being transformed, right? Burning of fossil fuels is a, transformation of carbon. The creation of fertilizer. Turns atmospheric nitrogen into soil nitrogen. Thank goodness for spell check. All right, so, you're covering all your bases here, and you can sort of, because this says explain in detail, right, it gives you a lot of leeway to sort of show off your knowledge, right? So if you know a lot about the carbon cycle, right, and you want to throw out, draw me the carbon cycle, talk about the different fluxes and pools and stuff like that, you could do that in this question, right? It is related to the matter cycles directly. If you knew a lot about trophic levels and food chains and the way energy passed through a system, you could talk a lot about that, right? So the world is kind of your oyster here, but I would say that in order to fully answer this question, you should touch on at least these 5 points. All right?